recorded from a secret location in the city that moves mountains. And greetings.
I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
And we also have somebody else with us.
We do have our special in-house guest.
Hi, Flockers.
And there you go, the lovely Rebecca Short from TikTok.
Honest Rebecca Thoughts. I have actually officially a TikTok now, Honest Rebecca Thoughts.
That is awesome. Everybody be sure to follow that on TikTok and support my favorite creator, Honest Rebecca Thoughts, Rebecca Short, Dirty Dan, here to chew bubblegum. We're all here. We're all ready.
Hey, that's us.
We've got the bubblegum. You're listening to this show the same day that episode 45 is dropped, our roundtable show. So if you've not heard that yet, please go check it out. We're going to be...
Hey, Goose.
Yes, sir.
You can find that roundtable show on all major podcast platforms like Spotify, iTunes, the one that Justin of Talk Junkie uses because I can't even remember the name, and our website, heretotchewbubblegum.com. Don't forget that.
Yes, and you can also find it on iHeartRadio and other major platform announcements coming in about 4 weeks. I got the official word today. For our listener email section in this, we're going to read email from the Roundtable Show that is currently up on all the platforms that Dirty Dan just named. We're not going to go too in-depth with them, but we're going to give you an example of the ear candy goodness that is episode 45 and some of the subject words that we're going to be talking about. I'll start out, and then you guys just take turns. We'll take turns because we've only got 4 of them. So, because we picked the best 4 requested topics the listeners wrote in to give us ideas to talk about on the Roundtable Show. The first one, Moment of Zen, says, "Hello, Goose and Dirty Dan, long-time listener, first time writing in. I'm really looking forward to the Roundtable episode. I know this may be vague, but can you guys and your guest give your thoughts on the future, like 5 to 10 years max? Roswell." Thank you very much, Moment of Zen. Excellent question. Excellent subject to talk about. What do you guys think? Just one thing, 5 to 10 years away from now, that will be new that we don't have right now?
Communism.
It has to be new that we don't have right now.
We're not in communism yet, but we sure are rapidly declining on our way there right now.
Well, I will go ahead and...
Now I can't even say my thing.
Well, I will go ahead and name one just to give you an example besides communism. I think we will have more electric cars.
Benjamin, hey guys, I know that you've talked about this before, but could you discuss the Beatles album from the supposedly parallel universe? I think this would make a cool or a great roundtable topic to discuss.
Goose, all I can say is I have an 81-page, I think it's 81 page, it's 81 or 91 write-up that I've found through the deep dark webs that I will send you on email so you can review it before the roundtable.
Okay.
On this whole album.
Now,
it is mind-boggling.
We have briefly talked about that one before on the show. We've never talked about it in a roundtable, which I think
we have some interesting people on that roundtable to discuss that with.
Yes,
we're going to have to all grow the mustaches to beat a war when they drop acid.
You know, and what they actually have the supposed album on YouTube, and you can go listen to it.
Yes.
And so you have listened to it. What did you think about it?
As I just said, we're all going to have to grow the mustaches that they wore when they dropped the acid to write this album because it is something else.
Oh, yes, it is. Well, do you want to go on to the next email?
Yes, from my beloved and intimate writer, Dixon09. Dirty Dan Dixon 09. We are. He
almost read his title.
We are one and the same. Dixon and 09 and I are one and the same. Dirty Dan, my man. See, look at that. And Goose, who is on the loose.
There you go.
May I suggest Ronald Reagan and his obsession with UFOs? There are so many things to say and go over in regards to this suggestion. Roswell, my friends. Dixon09, you have excited me beyond all belief with that email.
And he's 100% correct. I mean, and we've talked about Ronald Reagan before on the show. I'm looking forward to getting these other guests to getting their take on Ronald Reagan, because
I'm excited to hear Justin Perkins be put on the loose for Ronald Reagan.
I mean, there is so many things that you could say about Ronald. And if you've never heard the show before on the radio or the podcast, check it out. If you've never heard about some very not necessarily strange, but some facts about Ronald Reagan and UFOs, go search that
his
up.
Assassination attempt was right after the last time he's publicly spoke about it, right?
Yes,
Just
I do.
like JFK, except they weren't so successful that time.
Yes. And
Justin Perkins, if you listen to this radio show, so you can hear it from the horse's mouth, Dirty Dan is a fangirl fan of you.
And the lovely Rebecca, you'll be wrapping us up with our last roundtable email. Again, these are emails that we read on the Roundtable Show, episode 45. You can check it out right now. It is up. It is on. We have some great guests on that, and you will hear everybody's thoughts over the emails that we just read.
Mrs. J. Hello, everyone of Here to Chew Bubblegum. I'm really looking forward to the roundtable. I'd like to hear an in-depth discussion on the TR-3B, the history, sighting. I could go on and on. Anyway, thank you for taking time to read my email.
It's so cute that you haven't ever said the TR-3B and out actually verbally before, because it's not dash.
Right? Isn't that what you say to me when I do something dumb?
Hey. Keep it clean now. You're getting worked up. Keep it clean.
I am keeping it clean.
You know, I'm fascinated with the TR-3B, and I think you guys
TR-3B. Jeez.
And I do think you guys know what it is, and we've talked about that on the show before. We've never really had an in-depth discussion about it.
I have to do research.
Yes, you do.
Well,
you sent me down the Amazon rabbit hole today. All right, Goose. I was busy.
If you would just listen to a couple of our other podcasts, Rebecca, you would hear about the TR-3B. No problem.
Well, I struggle with the tiny psycho, Dirty Dan.
Speaking of the TR-3B, I have another little special flying gizbachi thing called the BE-4.
Okay. BE-4. I have not heard of that.
Well, coming up in my one article, you will.
Okay, well, good. I look forward to checking that out.
I look forward to having you check it out.
Dirty Dan, tell the listeners how they can contact.
Well, if any of our listeners would like to get a hold of us, they can call, text, or unlike Rebecca, leave a clean voicemail at 606-373-3396. You can also email us at goose@heretotchewbubblegum.com, dirtydan@heretotchewbubblegum.com, and rebecca@heretotchewbubblegum.com. And if you email Rebecca, remind her not to swear. Or you can email Ned Pupper Elliott at heretotchewbubblegum@yahoo.com.
Very good, my friend. Thank you very much.
Honest Rebecca thoughts. It's only considered swearing because society has made it negative. Those words only hold meaning to what you put behind it.
And you can email your honest Rebecca thoughts to rebecca@heretotchewbubblegum.com. And a subject line, put honest Rebecca thoughts. Do you like that?
All right, I'm going to mute myself now.
Before we move on to segment 1, Dirty Dan, I just want to let everyone know that the Midlife Crisis album is now available on CD, USB stick, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, and more. And some of the tracks on the album is Runaway, Have a Little Faith, Falling, I Wish, It's Only Love, Prepare Your Heart, Whatever Happened to Love, Only Dreaming, Save Me, and Hot Summer Nights. And I actually downloaded the album last night and listened to it as I was doing work at home. And if you love true rock, this is a very good rock album. I advise you to check it out.
Well, you know what? I'm going to download it right now, because I keep thinking every time I hear "Gotta Have Faith," but you gotta have faith, and I know it's not.
Yeah, well, it's nothing like George Michael. Trust me.
I know, but sometimes I just go with George Michael, or I just start playing Careless Whisper in my car while I seductively eat a cookie called a double doozy. So it is what it is.
Okay. Before we move on to segment 1 and you start out, you have a very interesting shirt on as well. And tell us just a little bit about that.
So, Mr. Jared Lysick of Adventures with Purpose, I got a little package with a shirt and a couple stickers from him. I didn't know if you were a medium or not, but I didn't see that size listed on the site. So
yeah, funny.
For you little guys out there.
Yeah, I wear a large. I have big pecs.
Whatever you want to call yourself.
Okay.
But Adventures with Purpose is comprised of a group of guys. Sam and Jared are really the main focal points now. And they are a specialized sonar search and recovery and diving team, and deep water diving at that, that have devoted their time. They've left for a trip now. They're on a trip coming across the United States. And hopefully we'll be seeing them in about a month or so. And they devote a lot of time and all their resources they can to help bring closure to families or even whole towns that need it for missing person cases and unsolved cases that involve water. And actually, they've even ventured out and have started, in one of the recent episodes, you can look them up on YouTube, Adventures with Purpose, or AWP. They started running grids in a plane with someone who was also a volunteer firefighter for a long time to just try and help broaden the search area for someone.
Good. So, they do great things, so you can check those guys out at adventureswithpurpose.com. Now, I understand you're going to be talking about the Milky Way and not the candy bar. Is that correct?
I mean, I can talk about the candy bar too, but yeah, it's well,
I mean, just visually looking at you, I can tell that you know what a Milky Way candy bar is.
Milky Ways.
Shots fired.
Now make some more short people jokes.
If you're going to insult me, you could at least insult me with the right Three Musketeers joke, okay?
Okay.
Because that soft nougaty center is where it's at.
Okay. Oh, well, I had to come back a little bit.
Just so everybody's aware, I did put a Post-it note on my forehead so that I can see it in the FaceTime camera and on my live that says no swearing, just so we're all clear on that.
Good.
I'm making active steps.
We'll see.
You said what now?
You ought to put it right next to your camera on your computer so you look at it, because
I've got an edit button, so we don't have to worry about that.
Can you just do the bleep though, so that you can capture the moment?
We are working up to that. Actually, we are probably just a few episodes away from having a bleep button.
See, I had the FCC burnt into my head in college, so I know when to stop cursing. And
Same here.
Just automatically can bleep myself out.
Same here.
Well, aren't you just wonderful?
I like to think so, but that's few and far between. All right. Astronomers think they finally know the source of the Milky Way's cosmic rays. Roughly a century ago, scientists began to realize that some of the radiation we detect in Earth's atmosphere is not local in origin. This eventually gave rise to the discovery of cosmic rays, high-energy protons, and atomic nuclei that have been stripped of their electrons and accelerated to relativistic speeds, close to the speed of light. That's a $5 word.
Oh, yes, definitely.
However, there are still several mysteries surrounding this strange and potentially lethal phenomenon. This includes questions about their origins and how the main component of cosmic rays, protons, are accelerated at such high velocity. Thanks to new research led by the University of Nagoya, scientists have quantified the amount of cosmic rays produced in a supernova remnant for the first time. This research has helped resolve the 100-year-long mystery and is a major step towards determining precisely where exactly cosmic rays come from. While scientists theorize that cosmic rays originate from many sources, our sun, supernovae, gamma ray bursts, GRBs, and active galactic nuclei, aka quasars, their exact origin has been a mystery since they were first discovered in 1912. Similarly, astronomers have theorized that a supernova remnants, the aftereffects of supernova explosions, are responsible for accelerating them to nearly the light of speed. As they travel through our galaxy, cosmic rays play a role in the chemical evolution of the interstellar medium, ISM. As such, understanding their origin is critical to understanding how galaxies evolve, and in recent years, improved observations have led some scientists to speculate that supernova remnants give rise to cosmic rays because the protons they accelerate interact with protons in the ISM to create extremely or very high energy, VHE, gamma rays. However, gamma rays are also produced by electrons that interact with photons in the ISM, which can be in the form of infrared photons or radiation from the cosmic microwave background, CMB. Therefore, determining which source is greater is paramount to determining the origin of the cosmic rays. Hoping to shed light on this, the research team, which included members from Nagoya University, the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan, and the University of Adelaide in Australia, observed the supernova remnant RX J1713.7?3946. That's an actual name.
Oh, so you're allowed to say the dash?
It's actually in the name.
You know,
yes,
I was following you halfway through that story, and for those of you that don't know, we record this over FaceTime, and Rebecca actually spilled something.
A whole cup of coffee.
And she was cleaning it up, and she actually spilled it on her jeans, and so it was. Oh, yeah, I was just explaining why I may have sounded a little bit distracted. So.
Why the goose was squawking over there?
I'm sorry.
You are totally fine. Go ahead, Dirty Dan, and please continue.
It's hard to find good help these days, guys. Anyway, the key to their research was the novel approach they developed to quantify the source of gamma rays in interstellar space. Hard observations have shown that the intensity of VHE gamma rays caused by protons colliding with other protons in the ISM is proportional to the interstellar gas density, which is discernible using radio line imaging. On the other hand, gamma rays caused by the interaction of electrons with photons in the ISM are also expected to be proportional to the intensity of non-thermal X-rays from electrons. I don't have a blessed clue what this is talking about, but it sounds good. So, for the sake of their study, the team relied on data obtained by the High Energy Stereoscopic System, or HESS, a VHE gamma ray observatory located in Namibia, operated by the Max Planck Institute for Nuclear Physics. They then combined this with X-ray data obtained by the ESA's X-ray Multi-Mirror Mission, or XMM Newton Observatory, and data on the distribution of gas in the interstellar medium. They then combined all three data sets and determined that the protons account for 67 plus or minus 8% of cosmic rays, while cosmic ray electrons account for 33 plus or minus 8%, roughly a 70-30 split. These findings are groundbreaking, since they are the first time that the possible origins of cosmic rays have been quantified. They also constitute the most definitive evidence to date that supernova remnants are the source of cosmic rays. These results also demonstrate that gamma rays from protons are more common in gas-rich interstellar regions, whereas those caused by electrons are in the gas-poor regions. This supports what many researchers have predicted, which is that the two mechanisms work together to influence evolution of the ISM. So in layman's terms, they take a whole bunch of fancy-dancy old sensors, and they look at a whole bunch of teeny tiny little light things, and they mix all the numbers together, and apparently that tells us where cosmic rays are coming from.
And that does not make a candy bar. Very good.
It does not.
Can you repeat that? I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm so sorry, Dirty Dan, but I spilled a whole cup of coffee literally all over my grounding mat, my laptop. It hit my cigarettes. It went inside my pens, my Post-it notes.
It's a huge mess.
It's everywhere.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
This is why we can't have nice things at all.
Moving on with segment one, and
is all your stuff okay over there?
I don't know.
Clean up on aisle Rebecca.
You guys
it's always aisle Rebecca.
You guys need to take
aisle Rebecca. It's aisle Tiny Psycho. What's that, Goose?
Do you guys need to take a break, or are you good?
I'm just wet. It's all.
Moving on. Oh, you were totally fine. Moving on.
Entertainment, though.
Wet.
Exactly. Ear candy at its best. Moving on in segment one, this is something that we've talked about on the show before. I'm a huge fan of this topic. I could talk about it all day. But this was sent to me by a listener, and I think it may have been Reed that sent this in, and Reed writes in sometimes. And he just directed me to look up the Amazon terms of service that were updated on August 18th, 2021. Yes,
Did you
Rebecca.
read the entire section 42, not just 42.1, because I printed the whole thing out.
I just read 4210, the one that he told me to.
So I also read all of it. It took me a while to find it, but I read all of it. Can I please read 42.1?
Yes,
10?
yes.
42.10. It's 42.10, not 42.1. I was super confused in the beginning.
It's 42.10. Please read away. Again, Dirty Dan and then Rebecca are going to be reading from the updated Amazon Terms of Service that were updated August 18th, just a few weeks ago, 2021.
42, Section 42. Why is it 42? Amazon Lumberyard Engine. 42.1 reads, Lumberyard Materials. Amazon Lumberyard consists of an engine, integrated development environment, related assets, and tools we or our affiliates make available here or otherwise designate as Lumberyard Materials, collectively, the Lumberyard Materials. The Lumberyard Materials include the Lumberyard Redistributables. Lumberyard Materials are AISPL content. The term lumberyard materials does not include content distributed with the lumberyard materials under separate license terms, such as code licensed under an open source license.
Okay. Now, Rebecca is going to read 42.10. Now, this is the one that really gets me. This really gets me.
So, 42.10, acceptable use, safety critical systems. Your use of the lumberyard materials must comply with the AWS acceptable use policy. The lumberyard materials are not intended for use with life-critical or safety-critical systems, such as use in operation of medical equipment, automated transportation systems, autonomous vehicles, aircraft or air traffic control, nuclear facilities, manned spacecraft, or military use in connection with live combat. However, this restriction will not apply in the event of the occurrence certified by the United States Center for Disease Control of a widespread viral infection transmitted via bites or contact with bodily fluids that causes human corpses to reanimate and seek to consume living human flesh, blood, brain, or nerve tissue, and is likely to result in the fall of organized civilization. What?
And you heard that correct. Those last few sentences says that does not apply in those cases.
This has me thinking about the Harborough sugar-free gummy bear reviews.
Okay.
Have you ever read those?
No, I have not.
Do yourself a favor and afterwards look those up.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely can't read those on the radio.
Okay, I will,
because they are painted poop brown with very vivid images.
I will definitely have to check those out. What's your guys' thoughts on that they updated it and they put in that does not apply if a widespread viral infection transmitted via bites or contact with bodily fluids that causes human corpses to reanimate and seek to consume living human flesh, blood, brain, or nerve tissue, and that is likely to result in the fall of an organized civilization. For real. And I know some people may laugh at that.
Duty call game.
Well, I do know. I don't know if they took it off, but I do know that there is a zombie apocalypse section in the CDC website.
Yes, there is, and I actually have some of that right here. It is.
You just need Woody Harrelson and some Twinkies, and we'll be fine.
You know, it's funny though because everything is right in front of your face, and as you go down this awakening process, and you start to understand that. First of all, everything is a lie. Everything you've learned in school is wrong. And that they have to, part of the whole elite thing and part of all of our society that it's been manipulated and forced into is they have to be truthful. To some degree, right? They have to be truthful. So then you start seeing all of these shows or movies or music, and you go, oh, my source, it's right in front of my face, it's been there the whole time. So The Walking Dead, right? Maybe they were just, here, this is gonna happen.
Well, okay. I mean, first...
He's laughing at me.
No, I am not laughing. What I'm laughing at is the people that may read that and think that it's nonsense. But, you've got Amazon, billion-dollar company. Why would they put stuff in like that if it wasn't possible?
Because they make their workers into zombies. Haven't you read any of their worker reviews?
No. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does this directly correlate then with the pumpernickel and the
Biden bolognese sauce?
There it is, and the 5G switch.
I don't know. I mean, it's.
I don't know what we're allowed to talk about on the radio with that stuff.
Let me tell you, the 5G thing. Listen, since I got a new iPhone, and I had to turn that 5G off because this little mouth that formed on my right earlobe, I got to tell you, it is really starting to get annoying.
Maybe it's just a pimple.
Well, why does it have teeth then?
I don't know.
There's a movie about that, but we won't talk about that.
No, but again, I want to thank Reed for just sending me that. And the only thing he sent me was check out, the terms of service updated section 4210. And when I read that, I'm like, whoa,
Holy shnikey.
I talked to Justin Perkins about it as well. I mentioned that to him in an email. And
Justin Perkins of Talk Junkie?
Of Talk Junkie. And he mentioned to me that...
Nice plug.
That chronic wasting disease. Have you guys heard of this?
Chronic wasting disease?
Yeah.
Yes. It is a pyron disease that affects deer, elk, reindeer, and moose. It has been found in
zombie deer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about how that would be bad if that could be transferred over to human. As of now, there have been no reported cases that have been affected people. But
that we've been told about.
Right. But, you have a disease right now that started from a bat. So, I mean,
allegedly.
Well,
since we're on the topic of animals, can I interject when you're done?
Yes. Well, you can go ahead right now if you want to.
So this is kind of like relating to my personal life a little bit. But
oh boy.
it's not about my husband. Don't worry. Dirty Dan, you're fine. My horse has some issues with her feet. So the vet came out and she goes, you got to get her copper tox, which is this solution that I have to literally take a brush to. I have to mix it with betadine and I have to scrub it into her feet.
Right.
It smells terrible. So not only did I need an ID to buy this from Tractor Supply, but on the bottle, I wish I had it with me. It's at the barn. But on the bottle, it says not intended to use on horses, or not for use on horses, intended for human consumption. What? Why are we eating horses?
That's a new one on me.
Because the meat is so lean.
Well,
so I asked the vet. I said, "Can I ask you a dumb?" And she's like, "There's no such thing as dumb questions." I said, "What? What in the world?" I said some other colorful words, sentence enhancers. But I said, "What in the world did you have me buy that I needed an ID for? It says this on the bottle." And she goes, "It does not say that on the bottle." She pulled hers out. She goes, "Oh my, I've never noticed that before." She goes, "I have questions now." I'm like, "And you want me to scrub this on my horse?" And then I got warned that I needed to wear kitchen gloves to keep it, because it stains your skin.
Right.
Because it's incredibly toxic and can't have it on my skin when I touch my daughter. So yeah, that gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Well, now the only time that I can see somebody eating a horse is in a zombie apocalypse.
Right.
Never been to a third world country.
My live is chatting in that horse meat and dog meat is now available for sale. I know that they eat dog in Korea.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're turning into a third world country.
Well,
communism is on the rise, folks. Communism is on the rise.
Let's see. Let me skip through this here real quick. This goes back to.
Sorry.
Oh, you're totally fine. Some of the CDC stuff talks about Nostradamus and his 2021 prediction, where he says that 2021 will be packed with events that will forever shape the future of humanity. And the famous predictor shares that in 2021, a scientist will create a biological weapon and produce a virus that can turn humankind into zombies. Have you guys read that passage before from Nostradamus?
August, so we still have 4 months to go.
Well, but if Amazon's putting stuff like this on their website, then I have questions.
Well, it's on the internet. It must be true because I saw that on the internet.
Well, but this was on. Where did you find Section 4210, Dirty Dan?
Oh, I went digging through Amazon's actual website.
Okay, and you found it on there, correct?
Yes.
So going back to Nostradamus, his prediction says Few young people half dead to give start. Dead through spite, he will cause the others to shine, and in an exhaled place, some great evils to occur. Sad concepts will come to harm each one. Temporal, dignified, the mass to succeed. Fathers and mothers dead of infinite sorrows. Women in mourning, the pestilent she-monster, the great one to be no more, all the world to end. That was his prediction that they claim is him predicting the zombie apocalypse. Now, if you do want to follow the CDC's recommendation, and these are recommendations not only to have in a zombie apocalypse, but a emergency kit. This includes where you should go and who you should call if zombies started appearing outside your doorstep. Again, these tips are from the CDC. They suggest, first, to identify the types of emergencies that are possible in your area. Second, pick a meeting place for your family or friends to regroup in case zombies invade your home. Third, identify your emergency contacts. Make a list of local contacts like the police, fire department, and your local zombie response team. Also, identify an out-of-state contact that you can call during an emergency to let the rest of your family know you are okay. And the fourth one on the list says plan your evacuation route. When zombies are hungry, they won't stop until they get food, which means you need to get out of town fast. Plan where to go and multiple routes, and you will stay ahead of the flesh eaters. And again, that was on the CDC website for how to deal with zombies in a zombie outbreak. You know, and I want to add, too, if you do make an emergency kit, you need water, you need food, you need first aid kits.
Spam and Twinkies.
Yes, you need some tools, you need hygiene stuff, clothing, bedding, and so forth. Again, if you're curious about the CDC zombie plan, just search CDC zombie preparedness plan. You know, we've talked about Jeff Bezos on the show before. Do you think,
and his phallic-shaped rocket ship.
Do you think that he believes the zombie apocalypse could happen? And if not, or if not, why would he have it on his website?
I think that he's one of the elites. So he's just putting on there what exactly he was told to put on there to be safe about it.
Now, that is a very good thought. I did not think of that. We're going to take a quick break and come back and talk about some presidential UFO encounters. Dirty Dan's going to talk about some secret U.S. weapons and some UFOs in restricted U.S. airspace if we have time.
Yeah, buddy.
What are we listening to, Rebecca?
Here to chew bubblegum.
We'll be right back.
Day after day, fighting to live, just to live. Hearts filled with pain.
When you want fresh, authentic Mexican food, you want El Picante in Coal Run. Dine on sizzling hot fajitas, the freshest pico de gallo, or if you're craving their secret ingredient jalapeno dip, the only place you'll find it is El Picante. Look, there are Mexican restaurants on every corner. The difference is in the mouth-watering food and the great service you'll get at El Picante in Coal Run. Visit El Picante for lunch today.
Are you a horror movie fan?
Yeah, I dig horror movies.
Are you searching for a great internet horror talk radio show to listen to?
Why, sure, that sounds quite spiffy.
Then you need to tune into deadpit.com. It's the original horror talk radio show. Dead Pit is a show by the fans and for the fans. Uncensored and unbiased opinions are the goal of the show, giving fans honest reviews on new films and vintage classics of the horror genre. Make deadpit.com your #1 horror station destination.
Hey everyone, this is Goose from Here to Chew Bubblegum. I want to tell you about my friend T-Shirt Joe at FastCustomShirts.com. T-Shirt Joe is your go-to guy for all your custom work. Also, you can check out their website and find artist originals, college shirts, comics, famous folk, fetish, military, movie shirts, occupations, podcast and website shirts, plus yes, face mask, and many other items over at FastCustomShirts.com. While there at their website, you can sign up for their newsletter. or you can give Joe a call at area code 361-814-9212. That's 361-814-9212 to contact my friend T-Shirt Joe at fastcustomshirts.com.
Take a lighter look into the darker side of the world. Join Elliot, Gertie, and Beagle as they jump into the dark abyss of hauntings, fables, UFOs, and beyond. The Spooky Family Podcast. You can find them where you listen to quality podcasts.
You're listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum. If Abraham Lincoln were alive, he'd listen. But he's dead.
Hey,
Here to chew bubblegum.
are listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum. Sorry about the spasm or the stroke. I don't know what she had, but it's probably from the coffee she spilled all over herself earlier in the show. But you are listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum with Dirty Dan Goose and our in-house guest, Rebecca of Honest Rebecca Thoughts.
We are back. Thank you very much. That was very good from both of you.
I don't think her having a stroke is very good, but we'll go with it. Sounds good for the radio. It looks good for the radio.
Yeah, definitely.
She snorted.
Yes, she did. This has been, and I was telling her right before we came back, this has probably been the most fun radio episode I have ever recorded.
Because I wore my coffee. Well, Chris went on about Milky Ways.
Yeah.
Not the candy bar. Not the candy bar.
Oh, segment 2, we're going to open up. Hopefully, we'll have enough time to get through everything. If we don't, then we will come back with next week with some of these subjects. But we've talked about presidents and UFOs before, and according to Area 51 online. Yes, Rebecca.
I was just going to say, are we going to have enough time to do the segment 3, or do we want to do segment 3 first, and then if we have time and add it to the other one to do segment 2? Because I feel like segment 3 is a little bit more relevant and important.
You know what? You
and my segment 2 story is rather long. That piggybacks off of yours, so that's a pretty good idea.
Sometimes I have them.
Well, then we're going to jump straight into segment 3.
That sounds like a heck of a good plan.
Thank you.
I wonder who had that idea.
I do have some good ideas every now and then, though. So
your idea. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Let's hold on. We got witnesses,
and
bro.
in this corner, we have Rebecca Short of the Short Show, weighing
Ding, ding, ding.
130 pounds, standing at 5'4". And in the other corner, we have Goose, the Flying Goose, weighing in at 135 pounds, standing at 5'4.5".
Oh, really? 5'4.5"? Okay. And then he laughs. Well, we're going to skip ahead to segment 3, and if we got time, we're going to come back and talk about UFOs and presidents and secret U.S. weapons, UFOs and restricted airspace. Who wants to start out with segment 3?
Doing with the round table, because I do want to announce the merge that happened.
Okay. Yes, please feel free.
What part am I?
Nobody can see this. Nobody can see this.
You start from scratch.
So I don't know if anybody. Ow! Grace just hit me with the baseball bat. All right, we're gonna put this back over here. My dog knocked it over and it whacked me in the knee.
Big vicious dog just took a baseball bat to her owner.
She knocked it over and it smacked me in the knee. Roundtable. Hi. So I have been talking with some other pretty big creators on TikTok. And because we have been getting so censored and shut down and have some really big things that we want to talk about, I have gotten together with 2A Patriot Mama, Sonia, and I have also gotten together with the Wicked Wolf, Oren, from TikTok. And we are basically merging our flocks and our packs and our patriots together. And we now
invading our podcast.
Hold on a second, I'm getting there. And we have now created a Trinity TikTok account that all three of us have access to. It's the 2A Wolf Flock on TikTok. And we have then taken that and joined forces with Here to Chew Bubblegum, Goose, Dirty Dan, and then we also have that are joining this roundtable meeting, and I will let you guys introduce them.
At first, we have my absolute fangirl fan of a man, Justin Perkins of Talk Junkie radio show. Oh, God.
Yes, we do. And Justin was in the studio when we taped the podcast episode. And we also have Mr. DJ Nicky, CEO of Carbon Capture Shield and representative of Ingersoll Lockwood.
Can we just...
Not the man. Not the man.
Can we just talk for a second? Can I jump into the awakening spirituality aspect of this real
Yes,
quick?
yes, please.
This is a radio show. That's what we do, is talk.
Okay. Can I talk?
Yes.
No, I have my sticker, so no
Coffee.
swearing.
Coffee.
I got it. I'm testing Goose's editing skills today. So anyway, so you have been calling, Here to Chew Bubblegum has been calling the Ingersoll Lockwood website for quite some time.
Yes.
Right? Leaving messages and sending emails and trying to get a hold of it.
And
now,
then Dirty Dan spammed them like a bad girlfriend in school with
right.
me.
And then we did the In Bunker Studio podcast. So the three of us were all in the same room together. The power of three. I was also live on TikTok, and I was also doing a Zoom call. So we had that going as well. And that phone call sparked the return phone call. So it was all of that manifestation that hit.
Yes.
It was pretty freaking exciting. Let me tell you.
And we were all three together when they called back and left us the voicemail.
Yeah, because we were on the way back to the hotel from the surprise podcast that y'all dropped in my lap.
Goose was doing what gooses do, and he was flying, and I'm holding on for dear life in the back seat. And he's like, "Oh, it's a show phone. We'll get to it later."
I'm like, answer it. He goes, "No, we'll let it go to voicemail. I told you to answer it."
Yeah.
Thank goodness he didn't, though, because let me tell you, hearing that voicemail. Hi, this is I'm calling for Goose and I have the other gentleman's name written down here. Dirty Dan. That is classic. That is classic.
Now, were you holding on for dear life because I was speeding or because you didn't think I could see over the steering wheel?
You were obeying all road laws. You just didn't have your phone books under you, so you were looking at your dash instead of your.
Okay.
It's all right. I was helping him navigate, so it's fine.
Equally as tiny in the front seat. Hey, at this dash track, turn left.
Goose has me by a couple inches.
Yeah, man. What are you going to say about that?
That depends what store y'all leaving from, but y'all are still on a different level than I am.
Oh.
Yeah, on many levels. We're on a different level.
Wow.
I will say.
Why did you take that as an insult?
Because the air is thinner up here doesn't mean you had to be like that.
Well, semantics.
Oh, jeez.
I have so looked forward to the podcast, to the roundtable episode 45. And like I said, we said earlier, it is up now. Be sure to check that out. And we're going to do at least one more roundtable episode before the end of the year on the podcast. And when we do that one, we will have a Truth is Out There. Will be the name of that particular segment in the roundtable.
Well, are we going to drop it on December 26th, maybe the last Sunday?
That is a great idea.
Everybody's home and around for the holidays, right?
Oh, yes.
Let's see if we can stuff a room full of people and have a round table.
That is a great idea. And also, here's some inside information. The show that you're listening to right now is the last Here to Chew Bubblegum that is recorded in Bunker Studios, because the podcast episode, I'm sorry, I don't know how I keep calling it podcast, the roundtable episode will be the first episode recorded in the new permanent Here to Chew Bubblegum studios.
Hey, Goose?
Yes, sir.
I thought this radio show comes out after that podcast episode.
Yes, it does, but this one is being recorded in Bunker Studios. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, you just want to switch.
He's time traveling. Just let him go.
Yeah, man.
Ingersoll.
Just call me John Teeter. But I do want to thank all of our guests that was on the round table, and we really, really thank you guys, and we hope to have you back on. And again, the roundtable episode is on all major platforms. Dirty Dan, what are those platforms?
Well, we have iHeartRadio,
Yes, sir.
Spotify, iTunes, the one I still can't say that Justin Perkins uses, and HereToChewBubblegum.com, the website.
Yes, and you can also check us out on YouTube, and we're just now getting started. We do have a Twitch page. Just search Here to Chew Bubblegum. We don't really have anything up, but in the future we will. Yes, Rebecca, please go ahead.
Am I correct to say that there is going to be the recorded Zoom uploaded to YouTube?
Yes, please do. And
It's gonna. You want me to say it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
so we're also going to have the uploaded Zoom recording of
The
the
Roundtable.
Roundtable podcasts on YouTube on Here to Chew Bubblegum.
yes,
I got
we are.
distracted.
Yes, we are. Hey, and normally what we do when we record the podcast, we come back a few days later and throw a video up on YouTube. This week, we will be throwing that video up on Tuesday, which will be 2 days after we have taped the podcast.
September 7th for everybody listening.
And it will be a Zoom. So you'll be able to not only hear us, you'll be able to see us as well. So you get ear and eye candy all the way
I'm
around.
just going to apologize. I'll try and find a mask. I don't want to scare people.
Please do, because
I'll pick out an outfit.
No, mask.
yes,
Mask.
yes, please,
no.
let her pick out an outfit for Dirty Dan to wear.
Oh, I was gonna pick out my outfit, but
Wait.
I can pick out his definitely.
I have
Pick out-
a grilling,
accepted.
I have a
Challenge
grilling
accepted.
apron, and all I'm going to be wearing is a grilling apron and my baseball cap.
Pick out your outfit and his outfit. What now? You're going to wear what?
I'm going to wear my apron that I have for grilling
Uh-huh.
because I'm a serious man in the barbecue pit,
Okay.
and my baseball cap, and that's it. Maybe a pair of socks. Maybe.
No.
I'm
no.
pretty sure that you can't show nipple on YouTube, so we can give you
Yeah.
my bikini top to wear again
Nah.
Yes.
underneath the apron.
I
The
vote for
problem is
that.
you said again in that, and now people are going to wonder what Dirty Dan exactly does. And if you want to know, come to Cincinnati in Ohio on Friday nights from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. I'm on the stage. I do my gimmick. I get off. I like large bills, 10s, 20s, 50s, and I'll make your time. Thank you.
Don't worry, I have the photo.
Oh, you guys are
I
adorable
feel like
and
a
hilarious. Is there anything else you guys want to add on that?
That my chest hair may come through the screen in 3D. That's about it.
Okay. Moving on, and we've talked about this before.
Andy says that you need an adult size onesie.
Oh,
That's
there
called
you
a
go.
union suit, which I have.
Really? You
Yes,
have
I
a
have union suits.
you have a onesie?
It's a union suit.
No.
No, like a leotard.
Like one of those stupid furry costume things.
No, like a wrestler, like a onesie.
Well, that's for Marley.
Remember, like,
That'd be the Big Show.
Remember what we used to put on Shar?
They call me the trash man because I come out and I eat trash.
Big Show outfit. Is she still there on your live?
It was Andy.
No, but Marley calls me the Big Show.
Oh, we will
Like
get it
wrestling.
We will get it printed. We will get it customized.
I'm gonna call myself the trash man because I come out and eat
Start
trash.
looking that up because we're gonna have to order that before September 5th.
Oh, and if y'all didn't get my reference, that is, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm the trash man. I come out and eat trash.
Well, just because I started out fixing trash trucks doesn't mean you have to make fun of me.
Oh, dude, I'm not making fun of you.
I felt slighted a little bit.
No.
I miss my trash juice, okay? Let me tell you. It was great working under trash trucks when maggots would fall because then I had people to talk to. I had friends to carry me out from under the truck if I got tired. And if I got hungry, protein.
Well, hey, you had it. We have gone off the rails. This episode.
What are we talking
has
about?
Gone off the rails. We're going
It's always
to
sunny in Philadelphia.
we're going to talk about briefly. We're going to talk about UFOs and presidents. And Dirty Dan, I guess you may have to save some of yours for next week.
I will keep my content for next week's Eargasm.
Okay, there you go. UFOs and presidents, the top 5 encounters, and this is according to Area51.com. U.S. presidents keep their mouths shut about UFOs. The party line, there's no such thing, so what's to talk about? Beneath the secrecy, though, the stories that are stunning and maybe even frightening. And some of these I'd heard about, actually all of these I'd heard about. Harry S. Truman, angered by UFO flybys. Harry Truman was president of the United States when Kenneth Arnold saw flying saucers over the state of Washington, ushering in the modern era of UFO sightings. He was president when the Roswell incident occurred in 1947 and was president in 1952 when UFOs buzzed Washington, D.C. over consecutive days. It was the UFO flybys over Washington, D.C. that forced Truman to act. There were unknown saucer-shaped craft seen zooming over the White House, the Pentagon, and the Capitol building, and newspaper headlines shouted about the sightings. The public was talking all about them in some newspapers, and the front UFO stories pushed articles about the Democratic National Convention to page 2. Yes, Dirty Dan, you had your hand up first, followed by Rebecca.
In his autobiography titled Harry S. Truman, it is mentioned in that book.
Okay, about the UFOs and so forth. Rebecca?
Book. Suggest you look it up.
I will definitely do that. What was the name of it?
Harry S. Truman.
Okay. Biography.
I want to talk about the map.
Okay.
Because there's a section outside of the secret space program. It's on like the outer border of it. And I've done research on it because it ties into actually the first podcast that we did together way back when. Do you remember that? Oh gosh, how things have evolved.
Yeah.
But it was the 1954 Eisenhower first ET meeting.
That's a different president.
Yes, but
it doesn't matter. We were talking about all presidents.
That is actually number 2 on the list of the top 5 presidential encounters. So that's a great segue.
Right above it, it says top secret in big bold letters, and it says 34 levels below POTUS and 34 levels above POTUS. I have struggled to find anything on this. I'll send you a screenshot.
Yes, definitely do that, because that just I just had like a flash when you said that.
I found 32 and 33. I have not found anything with 34. But I'll send you a screenshot.
But what about 35?
Well, I haven't even found 34. How am I supposed to find 35?
I don't know.
The story that she's talking about is that Dwight D. Eisenhower's secret treaty with aliens. And that supposedly happened in 1953 in California. And let's see.
1954.
Yeah, but the treaty was signed in 1953.
Yeah, the 1953 treaty with President Eisenhower was the agreement. That's what I guess Gordon Duff told. But what about number 3 on the list? What do you guys think that would be?
Hold on.
And we talked exactly, and we talked about him last week.
Yes, we did.
Yes, JFK. UFOs could trigger a war with Russia, and he also sent a memo to Russia. Did you know that?
No.
He sent a memo explaining that he would like to join forces to investigate.
He sent it.
Yes. To investigate UFOs and share knowledge with Russia, so they would know it was us and we would know it was them, vice versa. And if not, then it was UFO.
Right, because at the time, Rushmen, not cosmonauts, but the scientists for the cosmonaut team had said they had actual meetings or briefings as well with extraterrestrial life. And, the U.S. did but didn't, according to the press release. So we wanted to team up with them. And I believe after JFK, they also involved what was the Nazi party or the Nazi regime.
Yes, you are correct. What about Richard Nixon and Jackie Gleason? Did you? Yes, Rebecca.
I just sent the screenshot to you, and as I sent it, I just noticed it, like almost across from it, inside the secret space program circle, is the TR-3B.
With no dash, because you don't say it.
Yeah, no dash. Servicing low Earth orbit space station. So just throwing that out there.
And like I said,
what are you scribbling down? Did I swear?
No. I was writing timestamp.
Time.
No,
he's taking notes to research other things.
Yes, exactly.
I sent you the screenshot.
These in-house guests, we really got to screen them better, Goose.
Didn't the in-house guest screen you for the co-host position?
Ooh.
Hey, just drop that mic for me, will ya?
The listeners did not need to hear about. Because now they have a shirtless bear of a man with grilling tools in his mouth going after a fake steak. All right? I think it's good enough.
Number 4 on this list, and if you've not heard of these, you can look these up, and we will talk about these again later on the show at some point. Richard Nixon and Jackie Gleason incident. We've talked about that before. And Jimmy Carter.
It was 4.
What was?
It was 6.
Oh, people in the car with Kennedy. Gotcha.
We're on a different president now, Rebecca.
And Jimmy Carter, the Truth Seeker, reduced to tears. You can read all about those. Dirty Dan, do you want to mention again what we're doing? Even though it's a new month, I think that the Adventures with Purpose, we still need to mention them in closing like we always do.
Yes, it is a new month. However, we did start a little into the month, so technically it's not a calendar month for them yet. If y'all listeners...
Semantics.
Stop interrupting this plug. It's important. If y'all haven't listened to the shows before, or if you have and you haven't hit that subscribe button, which is important, go check out Adventures with Purpose on YouTube right now. Stop listening to this radio show. Go check them out right now, and then come back to the radio show. Adventures with Purpose is a group of amazing people who have taken their talents and connections to the highest degree of self-service to give back to those who need it most when they need it the absolute most. And that's not just a single person, but it's gone all the way up to a whole community. Jared and Sam and the team, they are sonar and diving specialists, recovery specialists. You can also check them out on their website, adventureswithpurpose.com. I am actually, not that the radio can see it, but I am wearing my Adventures with Purpose shirt I received from them. They hold a special place in many of our hearts, near and dear, for what they do and the time that they volunteer. They are strictly volunteer. They are not paid to do this. They are not paid or given their equipment. They have saved and raised the money to buy this stuff. And it's very, very high-tech, state-of-the-art stuff that allows them to be able to see cars hundreds of feet down on the bottom and mark them and dive to them. And, you know, sometimes it's just a car that's been abandoned. Sometimes they are bringing someone back up that they can then help lay to rest with that family and friends and community who need them. Every subscribe hit helps. Every like helps. Comment on them. Reach out to them. Jared and or Sam will get back to you. They are wonderful people. Please go give them a like, follow, share, spread the word about them. That is all.
And I want to say special thanks to Carlin for all the voiceover work. And don't forget about the Midlife Crisis album that is now currently available. You can find it on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you find great custom music. Also, don't forget to check out CK Uncle Bill and the rest of the gang over at deadpit.com. I want to thank Justin Perkins of Talk Junkie. And be sure to check out Down on the Holler with Jordan and Brad. Seth's Daily Podcast. Also, don't forget about the Spooky Family Podcast. You can check more of that out at thespookyfamilypodcast.com. And to awaken more, check out Rebecca Short on TikTok. Dirty Dan.
And because I've made contact with Jared personally, they will be in Kentucky next month.
And we're going to have them on the show, correct?
Yes, we are.
Great.
And on live.
I don't know if they'll do that.
I am so looking forward to that.
They probably will.
Okay.
That'll do it for this week. We'll see you next week. And until then, so long for now.
Maybe I'm not leaving. Maybe I'm just going home.
Thanks for listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum. Tune in next time as we dive deeper into things the government doesn't want us to know.